day, neighbor. Welders hold tools, and they also make good tables. Lunch.
All right, well, howdy doody. This is my grandpa Fred. I'm little Fred, big Fred. We're gonna be working on the Scooty today, so
Big Fred.
we're gonna be
Little Fred.
Oh, that's still got gas in it. We're gonna be sanding and prepping this for paint. Working on getting these sanded and prepped for paint, and
We're gonna prep the frame, get it ready for paint, and rebuild both carburetors.
yes sir. Let's get to it. I'm gonna do a quick walk around of this motorcycle here for everyone who has not seen it. This is my 1979 Honda CB400 Hawk. I bought it in a pretty terrible condition. When I bought it, it basically came here on a trailer with just the frame. Everything was lightly put together. Ordered tons of parts off of eBay and completely rebuilt everything on it to get it mechanically sound and safe for the road. We've got everything running perfectly. And now we are at the point where we eat steak and potatoes. And before we get started, I've got to christen the bike a little bit.
Make sure you wear some gloves or you'll sand the fingerprints right off your hands. So wear gloves. Boop.
Different day,
Same old thing. Back to sanding. 95% prep work.
5% paint.
Exactly.
Let's get
Wear a
back
dust
at it.
mask. Keep them Bondo boogers out of your nose. Oh, son of a gun.
Isn't that half the problem, is looking for something you just had?
I had it in my hand and I sanded it right here. Spot putty. Some of these tiny little chips that's happened right here, we can spot putty fill them so we don't have to sand all this off and put it all back on. You can take your spreader, and if you've got a good clean sharp edge, you can contour this to the shape of the body by just a little bending, and it will follow right along there so it's easy to sand off. Just like that, and very easy to sand. This isn't quite dry. When it's all dry, it'll all be this color rather than this dark color. This is coming up really nice. It's really straight now. This area had 6 little dings in it, but we aired up through the petcock and we aired the tank up. Then I took this slide hammer, I put an angle tip on it, and we used hot glue and put on the dent. And then once it was cooled on there, we aired the tank to where it put pressure inside, and then all we did was bam, like that, and the dent came completely out. But it's all out. It feels really good. And then there was 6 little dents along here. They're all out, smooth as can be.
Would you say that's pretty nice?
I'd say this is nicer than nice. This tank is done. It's prepped. It's sanded on the inside, on the outside, and it's ready for just sealer and then paint. Proud of the way it came out. It's just like it's brand new.
Do you think you eating granola bars on top of all of that junk is why your immune system's so strong?
Good stuff. Good soup. Bind.
Got the whole back end torn down. Everything's in ye old bucket.
Plug your carb holes so you don't get moisture condensation or dust in there. And right here at the front of the engine where the exhaust hooks. Stuff them, keep the crap out. I'm gonna take the diaphragms out of this carburetor so we can rebuild these. This is the top end. Okay, I just took these 2 screws out. There's this is the cap. This is the diaphragm spring. There you go.
And to clarify, we're basically cleaning the carburetor out because we've already rebuilt it, but some particles from the tank junk got in there and made it flood, so we're just cleaning everything out.
I always put just a little bit of silicone or right stuff on the screws because there's been times that they've backed out a little bit, and so that's what I'm picking off right now so I can get these carbs, the bowl off the bottom and clean it out. And you don't want to over tighten these or you will strip out the Phillips head on it, and they are easy to strip. And we've got just a little teeny bit of rust in this one. The gasket still looks really good. We put a new gasket. There's just a fine film of little bits of rust in there that we got to clean out. Here's the float. I use just a little pin, and I pull this pin right here, and here's the float, and here's the needle, and the new seat's inside of here. Okay, this is the main jet right here. This is the one, that needle on the carburetor comes down through, and you can adjust that needle for how much mixture you want to come through this. I've rebuilt hundreds of these carburetors, hundreds and hundreds of carburetors on motorcycles, and they're pretty simple.
Your straw, my good man.
There you go. Is it coming out the other side?
Yep.
Okay, good. That's good. That's what we want. We want it to blow through clean and good. But, oh yeah, there was crap coming out of that one. Yeah, okay, now it's good and clean. So now we're gonna clean out just the inside of the carburetor here really good. See how that's shooting back on me?
Uh-huh.
We don't want that. Okay. Yeah, there was a bunch of little rust particles in here. We're gonna do everything in reverse, and we're gonna put this carburetor back together, and then I'm gonna tear this carburetor down and do the same thing I did to this one.
Good day, everybody. Today we're going to be doing a fuel tank liner kit, and then the side covers are also ready for prime and paint. So we'll be doing that and a few odds and ends. Let's get back at it. To get started with the tank sealer, we're going to start with bottle A, which is the acid etch process and rust dissolver. So I've got a plastic hose here that will not be dissolved with the acid, and then we zip tied it on the bottom, and we're ready to go. So we have got the tank rinsed out, so we're going to go ahead and put tank prep A in. This is the acid that's going to dissolve the rust and get rid of any contaminants in the tank that would prevent the sealer from sticking.
I got my eyelids shut.
Your safety squints?
Yeah.
We have got the acid poured into the tank. We've got it up right here to the rim, and we will let that sit overnight and dissolve all that rust. We'll come back tomorrow and check it and make sure that it is down to the bare metal. Drain all this out. We'll use step B, and that will rinse all of the acid out, and then you immediately pour in the sealer and let that sit until it is cured.
Side cover paint time. Yeah.
If you're thinking about using one of these, don't. Woo!
What time is it?
It's creamy time.
Creamy time, yes.
We're calling it a wrap for tonight.
Hey.
Hey.
That's what the Pawns would say. Hey. Hasta la vista, baby.
All right, we have got the tank all cleaned, and now it's time for tank prep B. We'll dump that in there, swish it around. Drink up. Now we're on to the fuel tank liner. This is going to coat the entire fresh etched surface of the tank and make it so this becomes the tank liner, seals any rust that is still in the tank. This needs to be set in the tank, rotated every 8 to 10 minutes until the tank is entirely coated. Then you drain the excess, and then you let the entire thing cure for 24 hours after draining the excess.
Oh, that's thicker. Yeah. Cool.
While we've got the tank sealing, back to sanding and getting these painted today.
Just roughing it up a little bit with some finer steel wool.
Saturday night, St. Pete's got the blues. I dig the Sunday paper, I've already heard the news. You say you're leaving, I won't bother asking why some other time. Drive down Bayshore, portrait of our lives, persistence of our memories.
That's a wrap.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
Taking that home.
No, there it goes. There's it.
All right. We are sanding a lot. So I'm gonna do a real nice time lapse with some fine tunes and sand. Yeah. Jeez. All right, the entire frame has been fully sanded. Everything is dull, and it's time to start masking things off. That's bagged. I am not a professional in any regard. We're gonna go ahead and prime this puppy. Probably do one coat tonight and then get back at it tomorrow. It's a new day, Gramps. What are we back here doing?
We're gonna clean these pipes and we're gonna paint from here to here so it'll be chrome and then muffler chrome.
What's the secret to making paint stick really well to headers?
Well, first we steel wooled and cleaned right down here really good, and then you take your seat and you give it a pet or two and then you spank that hard. All right.
These are looking pretty fly. With that being said, we've also gotten started on the frame. That's laying down pretty damn nice.
Nice is nice.
Work it.
Baby, work it. Look at that, all sealed up.
Ah, beautimous.
All the way through. No more rust. There you go. See? Just like that. It doesn't have to be heavy. Just like that, attacker. Yep. Good, doing good. Looking good. Oh, that was gorgeous, bud.
All right, we are beginning the unmasking process. The frame is painted and turned out spectacular. And away we pick.
Two things that are tough. Masking and unmasking. Paint's easy. Ooh, I see what you did. You looped it. Oh, that's looking good.
Unmasked and beautiful. We will come back tomorrow and check on how everything is and start putting all this back together.
Everything's looking nice. We got it painted. We got the tape off and
Show them that footwork. Swing.
there they go. Oh wait, I think there's a washer. go. There you go. There you go. Torqued. There we go.
All the way down.
Okay.
Yeah, just hitting against something.
Oh.
Brand spanking new replica grips.
How's that looking?
Good.
Sweet. Okay. Same thing on this side.
We have got the handlebars mounted, everything torqued to spec. We've got the gauge cluster mounted.
Clutch cable adjusted. Always make sure the grooves that the cable slides in are aiming down so moisture doesn't get in your cables and rust them.
Now it's time to go ahead and install the swing arm. Look at this long boy who showed up.
I'm only 6'1", I ain't that long. But check out these.
I am.
Both of us. It's back down in the basement.
Torqued.
21. He's pretty big.
Welcome to what I believe is the final day. As you can see, we've got everything assembled. There's just a few little things left. Wiring. I've got to put the headers back on. I've got to rewire the blinkers in the front, and we've got to clear coat the tank, the side covers, and the helmet. So, let's do that. Okay, I have got all these wires hooked back together. Most of them were labeled, some of them I had to do a voltage trace on, but left blinker, bueno. Right blinker, working. Working. High and low beams, both working. Hand brake, working. Foot brake. Yep, horn works. Gonna go ahead and install the headlight. And with the bike all finished mechanically, electrically, physically, spiritually, we've got this whole area back here heated up. We've got it at 75 degrees and we're gonna spritz. Well, something went terribly wrong here. It cracked here and cracked right there. It cracked all along the top and there's a run right there. So something isn't right. So we're gonna explore some options for getting these things painted, but now we can stare at it. We've got the old dependable water bottle gas tank. So now that everything's rebuilt and should be running top notch, we're gonna fire it up. What do you think?
I think it's running beautiful. I think we did it. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo.
Just a few more for good measure.